For Shiruba Springs Hole 4, we are playing this two ways. In a Tailwind, our long iron, and in a Headwind, our sniper. If you have a Goliath and you do not play with a Grizzly, your elevation will be plus 15% at max distance, so it's an over adjustment of 15%. With our Grizzly, however, you are playing with a plus 35% over adjustment at maximum distance of your club in a Tailwind. So here I gave it a slight offset since the wind was left to right, and you play it with a plus 35% over adjustment. Again, we're going to over adjust our shot with a plus 35% over adjustment. I'm putting the white ring up near the top and then spinning my ball to offset for the 10-mile-an-hour wind. Now, it's not much of a tailwind, so I should have done about 1.5 bars of topspin as I did come up short, but I did offset this about 1.5 squares to the left, and for a 10-mile-an-hour wind, that's not a lot actually. So by adjusting plus 35%, we notice that the offset isn't large like it would be for a Goliath or any other long iron that you would play with. So again, plus 35% over adjustment on this shot. For this shot, I aimed it directly at the hole because I wanted to see how much of a wind push it actually was. So here I put my white ring near the top. I spun my ball basically to the hole with about 1 bar of topspin because I just wanted to see how much of a push it really was with the plus 35% elevation. So here it kicked my ball to the right quite a bit, so I believe the offset will be around 1 square to 1.5 squares, no matter what the wind strength is in my belief. So if I would have offset more to the left, I think it would have come in a little bit better. But I did hit a great right and it did come in great right, but I still think it needed about 1 square of offset. For this next shot, it was more of a tailwind, and I didn't think there was going to be very much of a push on this, so I did aim this ball guide at the hole. I should have probably offset it about 1/2 square to the left, since it was kind of going from a left to a right wind, but I did over adjust the shot as well with a plus 35% over adjustment. For this next shot, I offset about 1 square to account for the push with 1 bar of topspin, and then adjusted my shot with a plus 35% over adjustment at maximum distance of my club. So the only thing that you will need to worry about is your offset and how much to offset. So I'm thinking below 8 miles an hour, I would do about 1 square, and anything above 8 miles an hour, I'd do about 1.5 squares. For the headwind option of this hole, I came up with a new shot. All the side spin shots and everything like that were not working for me. So here I decided to do something different. I did max backspin with 1 bar of right spin, putting my yellow ring next to the sand bunker, and then offsetting just about 1 square to account for the push, and I over adjusted my shot with a plus 20% over adjustment at mid distance of my sniper. So it's not min, even though we're kind of at min, it's at mid distance, MID, mid distance of our sniper. This is more of a crosswind than a headwind, so I used max backspin instead of letting off a bar. So I did max backspin with 1 right spin, and I did about 1.5 to 2 square offset with my yellow ring back against the sand bunker. And then I'm just kind of looking for an offset, so I did about a square of offset because I wanted to see how much it would actually kick my ball. And then I over adjusted my shot at medium distance with a plus 20% elevation. Here we have straight headwind, and I went about 6 bars of backspin. I should have done 5.5 bars of backspin instead of the 6. I don't know why I started doing the 1 right spin, but it seems to be working. And basically I'm putting the yellow ring next to the sand bunker. I'm offsetting just a tad to account for the wind push, and then over adjusting my shot with a plus 20% over adjustment at medium distance of my club. Here we have a headwind going from right to left. So here we're going to use about 6 bars of backspin. I probably should have done 5.5 for this as well, with 1 bar of right spin, and then I'm going to offset to the right just a tad to account for the wind push going to the left. Over adjust your shot with a plus 20% over adjustment at medium distance of your club. Here I did about 6 bars of backspin as well with 1 bar of right spin, and then offset my ball guide to the left to account for the right hand push. So the offset doesn't need to be huge, guys, because it doesn't push as much as you think it will. So about a square of offset, the higher the wind goes. The lower the wind, the less of an offset you have to do. Over adjust your shot with a plus 20% elevation at medium distance of your club. Here we have an 8-mile-an-hour headwind going from left to right. You're going to use about 6 bars of backspin. The higher the wind, the less backspin you want to use. So I'd say around 8 miles an hour and under, use 6 backspin. Anything over 8, I would do 5.5 backspin with 1 bar of right spin. Offset your ball guide to counter the push. So with a 8-mile-an-hour below, about a half a square, and anything above that, I would do about a square of offset. Over adjust your shot with a plus 20% over adjustment at medium distance of your club, and try to hit perfect. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully these guides help you out, and remember, hit perfect. Happy golfing, guys.